Episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shit is so annoying, bro. What's going on, everybody? This is That One Piece Talk. My name is Larry.
Lionel. Sam.
And this is That One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece. And Lawrence is not here today, but since Lionel is a twin of Lawrence,
okay,
it's like having Lawrence here anyway.
No, he's not here. He's gone. I took his spot.
For good. He was the Kagebushi the whole time. But I just want to say welcome, everybody. What's up? What's up? Thank you all for joining us today on this very special episode. We are on episode 63 of That One Piece Talk, and we are going to be discussing One Piece Chapter 1058, which was kind of a interesting chapter, but it was also very controversial for all the wrong reasons.
Was it?
But
I feel like it wasn't.
Oh, it was.
It wasn't.
And I think we're going to get into that pretty quickly because we don't have really any new announcements at all. The only thing I will say is that if you can and if you want to support us, you could do that by spreading our name to your friends and people that you know, or just reposting us on social media. If you want to have a piece of us as well, you can actually buy some of our merch at thatonepiecetalk.com/merch. And
get you a shirt.
Yeah, you'll get a shirt that Lionel's wearing, and you'll also receive a special limited edition box. And for those people who have already bought the shirts and received the box, I've heard nothing but great things about receiving the box. So thank you for that. Also, the link is in the bio if you don't remember what I just said. Also, if you love us like we love you, please drop a like. Hit that notification bell. You almost hit me in the face. Comment under the video with your thoughts. And also join our Discord. We have a Discord that if you want to talk to us or talk with us or talk to everybody else that's in the Discord like us, then you're going to have a great time there. The link is in the description as well. And for that, gentlemen, we should just get into the chapter, right?
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, you want me to shout people out in the chat first?
One second. For those of you that are new and just joining the show for the first time, just know that we do take calls at the end of the show. So that means probably the last 30 minutes or 15 minutes, we'll have a chance for you to call up and ask us some questions. But for now, Seb, let me know who's in the chat. Let's say what's up.
Yeah, man, we got KJ, NM, Blurred, Aaron Tate, Jamie, Sear, Velocity, Easy Monkey Sniper, Jordan Trigg, JCast, Weird, 3-Day, Richie Lloyd, Ace the Aces, so many y'all in here, man. Shandi Wandi, missing some Soga King, Void, Jordan, Ghani, StrawHat Nelson, Nerdtaku, so many y'all in here, man.
Yo, shout out to Void, man. It's like 4 a.m. in Denmark right now, and this dude stays up to watch us. So I want to say shout out to Void, man.
Love,
He's
man.
a true one,
Appreciate
man.
you.
All right, so guys, let's get into these One Piece chapter moments. All right. Listen, to start the chapter, let's begin with the cover story. Caesar has expanded his Logia form to cover the Germa 66 family. We see Reiju and Ichiji covering their mouths as if not to breathe the gas in. Ichiji and Niji are badly hurt from the altercation with Oven and Katakuri. Caesar begs them to take him with them. He wants to get out of here. Do you think the Germa will take him, and can you still see everyone getting away from Katakuri and Oven? And we'll start with Lionel.
Sorry. We just talked about I tried, okay? I think it's I still don't know. I think they would probably take him. And I think maybe Judge might have some type of interest in Caesar because he's also like a scientist, and I think they maybe was it the fact that them two were in MAD together?
Yeah.
So they have some affiliation with each other. So he might take him on, to help further his own plans or Judge's own plans. I find it weird that Reiju's covering her mouth when she could consume poison.
That is a good point.
I was like, why she eats poison, and I don't know what if she gets powers up for it, but she does that so.
Older brothers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Little bros can be older bros. Alright?
Keep going.
But I still think Judge is gonna come through. I think they're gonna escape. Because I think they have further plans with the Germa. I think they're gonna be appearing. I don't know when, but I think they're gonna have more significance in the plot in general. That's my thought. But I think they're gonna whether Caesar comes. I think he is because I think. He's gonna be like a buggy person that we're gonna keep on seeing more of Caesar, whether people like him or not. So I think we're definitely gonna see more of Caesar. I think he's gonna escape. So yeah.
All right, Seb.
Same. I obviously the cover story is about them, so I assume they're gonna escape, regardless of what it takes. If it's this Caesar thing, if it's some outside force, still low key hoping for Blackbeard, but I doubt it. They're gonna escape. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly happened just now, because he threw the poisonous gas stuff, and then he, like you said, he bigger Logia and seems to be trying to get them out of there. I did like how frantic Caesar seemed, because he's like you said, he can't beat Katakuri.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's crying, yo, let's get the hell out of here. He's freaking out. You know what I mean? I just like that little touch that he was crying there. And Reiju seemed fine. You know what I mean? I think Lana pointed that out. She chilling.
Yeah.
She was chilling, bro. It's like, yo, they got bodies. Like, I'm good.
So, I feel like Caesar's not actually doing gas anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing like a smoke screen. And I think that's probably why they're covering their faces.
Mm-hmm. Doing something.
Because Ranger shouldn't be covering her face.
Yeah.
Right?
If it's poison, she probably shouldn't. But I mean, I don't know.
What does poison actually indicate though? Like poison gas, but like even like too much oxygen could be poisonous, right? Like if there's not nitrogen mixed into it to create like a certain type of breathing that you're used to.
Can't call it, bro.
Yeah, I can't call it either.
I ain't paid too much attention in science. You feel me?
I mean, periodic table wasn't part of mine.
I was thinking maybe because his is like, you know how you mix certain things together? Because Caesar, clearly, he's a scientist. He mixes things. Like, for instance, when she took the poison from Luffy, that was like from a fish. I feel like that's more organic and more like, well, Caesar, he's dabbling with a lot of drugs. So maybe it's something in it that she can't fully take. And again, Caesar, we've seen his.
Caesar's just roofing chicks.
Yo, I was thinking it could be something that I don't know.
I like Caesar as a character, but I don't think he's above that.
He was killing kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like I don't think Caesar would be like, nah, that's too much. Yeah. So
I think that Germa's gonna get away. It just does Judge implement Caesar into his science division, and does Caesar just go or not? And I think that what's really gonna happen is that Caesar's gonna escape with them, and then they're gonna kick him off the ship on some like random island, and then he's just gonna have to fend for himself, which he's fully capable of doing against probably a lot of 90% of the people on the show that don't have like Haki training or can combat him. So I think that's what's gonna happen. He might even go back to Punk Hazard, bro. Somehow, some way.
You know where I think he going? Cross Guild. All right, they all going to Cross Guild.
To have two buggies in one room, it would be
all
detrimental.
The buggies.
It would be detrimental.
All the buggies.
Anyway, we received some super chats. So what's up with those super chats? Let's read them out.
Yeah, man. We got a $20 super chat from StrawHat Nelson. He
Thank
said,
you.
This chapter hurt my heart. R.I.P. Buggy. Buggy will survive.
I told y'all, man.
Listen,
yeah.
It's not about none of that.
Y'all.
It's about faking the funk till you make it.
Told y'all,
and we
man.
doing that right now with Buggy. But thank you so much, StrawHat Nelson. We got another $20 super chat from Ace the Aces. It says, starting the show off with a bang. Buggy Gang. I love it.
I don't get it.
Yes.
I don't get it, bro.
Yo, listen.
One day I'm gonna just table flip, bro. I'm gonna just straight up table flip.
I don't get how you could dislike Buggy so much. Like, I get that he was on screen too much in Marineford, but outside of that, he's a funny character. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's just a funny character.
He's funny.
Like, they run
I don't know, man. It's not that funny.
I just remember Larry was dreading every time he showed up in Marineford. It was the funniest thing. He was like, oh my God, yo. He was like fast forwarding. It was so funny to me.
Like, why are we watching him during the most intense moment in One Piece history?
But thank you, Ace.
Thank you, Ace.
We got another $10 super chat from Soga King. And some minor backstory here. Blurred, United States of Blurred, asked me to put a poll in the chat for Larry versus Buggy. Buggy won, by the way. And so Soga King donated $10 and said, Buggy no dips Larry.
Why you disrespect so hard, bro?
Yo,
like, why can't you chill out?
Legit, not even trying to guess. If Buggy was a real person, you think you could beat him in a fight?
Yes.
Like with his devil fruit, Buggy balls and everything, you think you got it?
Give him everything. I'm team rocking against him.
He was destroying towns, bro. I think Larry
might
could beat Buggy, bro, low key.
I'm pretty sure everybody could beat Buggy.
Listen, he's still a super powered person.
Is he?
Yeah, is he?
Dude, if you swing at somebody, he can separate his body. It's a superpower.
Just get like a net, I guess.
Yeah, seriously.
Just put him in the net.
Just throw him in the water. That's it.
Oh, man. Whatever.
Can't you just put his foot in the water and it's just like over for him on top on the island?
It's got to be ocean water, one. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, he can like fly, bro, and shoot stuff at you from a distance. Like, yeah. You really think he'd be the One Piece character, like a devil fruit powered
So you think
One
that
Piece
he
character?
could just put a buggy ball in his shoe?
Yes, that's my point. If he existed in real life,
so have you ever seen somebody use a buggy ball in war?
You're not getting my
like,
point.
Is that the most efficient way to kill somebody?
I'm moving on. I'm moving.
Oh, okay.
But
Because you were saying real life things.
I'm saying you insert Buggy the character into real life with the capabilities that he has. Do you think you could beat him?
Bodying him.
All right. I love the
1000%.
confidence. I love the confidence. He won the poll 72 to 20.
72. Yo, everybody log off. Yo. Log off, yo. Y'all really said 72, bro. Y'all got Marv laughing because Marv is now reading.
Marv started reading One Piece, y'all.
And he's laughing.
He's like,
this is crazy.
They like just beat Buggy, and like he's trying to understand how Buggy's still relevant. It's so funny.
All right.
But thank you so much, Soka King.
Thank you. No, thank you.
We got another $5 super chat from United States of Blur. It says, "My bad, Larry. Didn't mean to start this debate, Larry versus Buggy." Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It's your fault, Blurred. Thank you.
Oh man.
Next one.
We got a $2 super chat from Soka King again. It says, "Wrong." I guess he's saying you're wrong.
We're just gonna ignore everything Soka King says for now on, bro.
We got another $5 super chat from StrawHat Nelson. It says, "How much to get Larry to dress up as Buggy for a show?"
How much?
Listen,
there's no amount of money.
Listen,
none.
If we get $1,000 in super chats, I guarantee
you dressing like Buggy. I'm not dressing like Buggy.
Wouldn't listen.
It would ruin my self-esteem. I'd be a weaker man.
Put a clown mask on, and a cape.
I wouldn't be top G.
I don't understand.
I wouldn't be the top G.
Oh my God, bro! All right. I don't know what the number is. You gotta ask Larry. But thank you, Straw Hat, again. Damn, we can get super chats. I haven't even been doing this. My fault. JCast $5 says, "Crazy how Seb trying to keep brother Jinbei down." Hashtag Fishman lives matter. Listen.
Why do you say that?
It's something that came up in Discord. All right. And
are you discriminating against Fishman again?
No. Listen.
We told you about this.
We'll talk deeper about it later. But it's because of the bounties and my original reaction. I'm good with it.
Yo, Marv, you got the Boondocks. What is that guy's name again?
Uncle Ruckus.
You don't got the Uncle Ruckus theme? Gotta get the Uncle Ruckus theme for Sebastian, bro.
Listen, I like Jinbei, bro. Y'all try to act like I dislike Jinbei. I
can't believe you monkeys.
I actively call him Boss Jinbei in the Discord.
Thank you guys.
Oh man, I ain't trying to keep no Fishman down, man. Except maybe
sounds like it.
Except not even Hoodie, because there was a part of me that low key support Hoodie. But there was one of them Fishmen in his crew that I just was like, "Yo, this dude's trash." I don't think it was the source.
As like a Fishman, or as like a person that like in like his capabilities. Like, what are we talking?
Both.
That's racist.
He could be a bad character, bro. I thought he was a genuinely bad character. I didn't think Hoodie was a bad character, but there was one of them guys. I don't remember his name. It was a bad character.
Go to the next one, bro.
All right,
we're still on the cover story.
I know. We got a $10 super chat from Jameer Sanders. It says,
"Thank you, Jameer.
Yo, missed last episode, but I'm back for y'all. It's okay, Larry. You do be making sense, but Buggy Gang all day."
Oh,
you saw Larry Reverend until you said
Oh my God. He said, "How do y'all see the lower half Straw Hat group growing or making an impact in the future?"
They all make a significant impact except Usopp.
Even Usopp, bro. You gotta hate on Usopp, man. Listen, I mean, I don't know if y'all have anything specific, but they're all obviously exceptional in what they do. So I think what they do specifically will have some sort of crazy bearing beyond just the crew potentially. Like Chopper's talking about curing all diseases. That will impact the world.
Can't cure the smile disease. So.
We ain't talking about that right now. I don't know what that was about, bro. That was wild.
Yeah, it's bad writing.
Did he even see it? That's my only, did he ever get told about it? I don't know how.
He's in Wano.
I don't know, man. That was wild. But we passed Wano. We off that.
Frankie's going to make an impact.
Yeah.
Especially if he ends up building, like, another Pluton.
Yeah.
Nami will have the map of the world.
Yeah.
Robin is going to probably become a teacher and teach out the ancient language again.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Chopper will cure most diseases, but
he gonna kill them smiles too. You gotta spin the block. You gotta spin the block on the smiles.
I mean, that's honestly clear. Curing all diseases. That's harder than becoming Pirate King in Worst Case.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally impossible.
All right. Next one.
So.
All right. But thank you so much, Jameer.
Yeah, thank you.
Blur donated another $5. It says, I'll donate $200 if Larry dresses like Buggy or Marco.
Wait, now I want to ask Larry if you had to pick.
If you had to pick.
Which one?
You had to cosplay as one.
I'm gonna be real. Neither.
Oh my god, bro.
Neither one.
I can't.
My life's on the line. You letting me die?
Why are you thinking about it?
Damn, yo, R.I.P. to me, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I probably dress like Buggy before I dress like Marco.
Okay.
Dang,
Yo, it's just a clown fit. Like, how I'm a clown, bro. Like,
numbers, you hate Marco that much?
I think
that Buggy, as useless as he is, has accomplished more than Marco has ever accomplished.
That's actually fair.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I gotta go with Buggy over Marco. And it's not just hate. It's just like, that makes sense.
Oh.
If you think it's hate, you're a hater.
Listen. Jeez. Yeah, I own one today. We appreciate it. We really do. We got another $2 from Jameer Sanders. It says, chill out with the God D Usopp hate, Larry. Another $2 from Blair that says, we gonna spend 2 hours on the cover, guys. Y'all keep donating like this. Oh, man. We got $5 from Oz. It says, my boys can't watch the episode today, but I'll watch later. Much love, y'all. Sanji bounty less than Jim B.O. Why do you say it like that? Laughing my ass off.
Thank you. Hopefully you watch the episode later.
We ain't get there yet, but it is lower than Jim B, bro.
Yeah. Next.
Oh man, we got we got a $5 super chat from J Cass that says, I'm not racist,
Wait,
bro.
Oz said that?
No, Oz said the last thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Oz. It says, J-Cat says, I'm not racist, bro. My friend's dad's brother's second cousin's husband is a fishman. Listen. Oh, man. I'm not racist against the fishmen, bro. Oh, man. It's terrible. Y'all be saying the craziest things about me. All right. We got a $5 super chat from Sear Aiken. It says, I think Frankie built some things from Pluton into the Sunny because he didn't read the pages, so he must have gotten ideas from it. I like that.
We've been speculating
Yeah.
that. That's been a long speculation.
Yeah.
That's definitely... It's definitely possible, but if Pluton is what I expect it to be or suspect it to be, where it's like changing the weather and changing the ocean currents and create, like, bro, Frankie hasn't come close to building anything to that nature. Yeah. But is there pieces? I'd probably say like the Canon that they shoot from.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's probably styled just from the design.
Yeah.
It's obviously not as powerful, but
yeah.
I can, if it is a ship like we assume it is, it probably had a giant cannon in the front that was able to take people out.
Yeah.
I think the biggest, most impactful thing about Sunny is like its ability to just like the cannon to shoot away. Maybe that's something that Pluton had.
I literally just said that.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the cannon in the front. My fault. I was trying to read the chats. That's my B, bro. My B.
It's alright, bro.
It's alright.
Like, I even agree with Larry.
I wasn't paying attention. I don't be paying attention when y'all speak, bro. I be trying to read the chat. My fault.
Alright, next one.
We got one last super chat. It's $5 from StrawHat Nelson. StrawHat, man, what's up?
Thank you so much, Nelson. Appreciate
it says, getting closer to 1,000.
Dude, this is too funny.
Oh my god! All right, that's all the super chats for now. We really do appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, we gotta get through the chapter. So we're gonna get through the chapter, and then we'll do the super chats after.
Oh my god! Bro.
All right, so the chapter officially starts off with Nami yelling at Luffy and locking him in a cage as he's shown to have been badly beaten. It's because Luffy jumped off Wano. The entirety of Wano, and ended up breaking a piece of the Sunny while endangering everyone else's lives because he forgets that he's rubber but nobody else is, right? So Jinbei lets Nami know it's okay since they're all safe, and she yells at Jinbei, causing Jinbei to ask if she has Conqueror's Haki. My question to you, gentlemen. Does Nami have Conquerors Haki, or is this simply a joke?
Listen, that lightning is there, bro. It's there. I was like, nah, it's a gag. But shout out to Parvision. Because even on his stream, he brought up his first time visiting us here. He brought up Nami having Conquerors Haki. Shout out to him. I mean, I don't believe it's true. I don't believe this is confirmation. But on some level, he can take this in stride and run with it. So shout out to Par. But no, Nami doesn't have Conquerors.
Good. That's a good answer. Go, Lionel.
No, I don't think Nami has Conquerors Haki at all.
All right. Yeah. I'm not even going to answer. All right. 3, which is probably this and the next piece is probably the juiciest parts of the chapter, right? So now we get to some interesting reveals about the StrawHats. Chopper, Nami, Brook, Frankie, Usopp, Robin, Jinbei, Zoro, and Sanji have all had their bounty increased. Due to this information, Zoro makes fun of Sanji due to Sanji having the 4th highest bounty on the crew. Sanji's depressed and upset about it, as you can see. What did you guys think about the bounties for the StrawHats and how they were viewed? We'll start with Seb.
So the interactions was all fun. I'll go with my original thought process. I hated them. I was so mad.
Thank you.
For a couple reasons. One, the Jinbei over Sanji thing, I thought it was weird because I've always thought Robin should get the billion. I've always talked about that. Robin should be at $1 billion. Yeah. So I thought if they were going to do the gag for the 4, like Sanji's 4th, like he always is, right? Or typically is. I thought it would be Robin, right? And when it was Jinbei, I was like, yo, we just got the wings of the Pirate King. Like, I thought we were finally getting past the gag of Sanji having the 4th bounty. And again, in my mind, it would have been Robin. But then I thought about it, and I was like, Jinbei's generally more famous than Sanji is to the world.
Yeah.
And he's probably a bigger threat just because he's a fishman. Like, he has ties to the Sun Pirates. He could be like, yo, King Neptune revolt against the world government. And he might say yes. Like, I was like, in my head, like, is this cope or is it just logical? And in my head, I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of logical. Like, even in the battle, when they were fighting, they were like, it's Luffy and Jinbei. You know what I mean? And then Sanji was like, yo, why are you not saying my name? Like, in the world, Sanji is just less famous than Jinbei is. But as far as overall problems I had with it, I didn't like Frankie's bounty at all. It was probably the biggest gripe I had with the bounties, besides Luffy's. Yeah. But we got Luffy's way back. But to me, one, like, I beat a Toby Roppo. Like, why am I getting the same bump that, like, Brook is getting? That, like,
thank you,
Usopp is getting, who didn't do anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought Frankie should have been at, like, 594. Like, I beat a Toby Roppo. I, like, stunted on Big Mom in front of everybody. Like, I'm only getting a 300 million bump. Like, I didn't like that. And his face isn't on it. Like, I was like, I get that they put him as Cyborg Frankie last time with him in the General Frankie.
Yeah.
But, like, one, he didn't even get a 500 million bump. And they all just got, like, 300, which, whatever. But, like, I feel like Frankie put in more work and deserved a bigger bump than that. So I was upset at that. Again, I always wanted Robin to be at $1 billion, but 930 is cool. Like, I wanted that. I thought Chopper should have gotten a real bounty for once, too. Like, I thought we were... I'm not going to say I thought we were past the gags. I just wanted us to be past the gags. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like, we're a Yonko crew now. Like, why did Chopper have his whole moment of I'm not a Tanuki and slapping Queen in front of an entire live floor of people if we're just going to be like, oh, he's going to get $900? Like, that's... I was a little salty at that. But beyond that, I mean, I liked the 300 bump for, like, Nami and Brook. Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
Usopp getting the 500. He always seems to get, like, somewhere close to, like, one of Luffy's former bounties. Like, I like that for him. And the other problem I had, I didn't like Zoro's bounty. And I don't even know which one it is because there has been some speculation.
It's the Viz is the correct one.
Okay, so yeah. I thought it should be 1.2. Personally. Yeah. Like, I just... It shouldn't be, oh, it's just this much bigger than Jinbei's. Like, I was like, Zoro's supposed to be Zoro. He's supposed to be the number 2 of the crew. Like, make him stand out more. I thought it should have been 1.2. But the scenes played out funny. I loved how they played out. Like, it was really cool to get back to that. And that thing that they're carrying Luffy in, why do they have that? Grand Line pointed that out, and I was like, yo, for real. Like, what is that?
I think like every ship has something like that.
Yeah, the Strawhats have it though.
Yeah, it's like most pirate ships have it.
And somebody pointed out in the chat there is a barrel in this chapter somewhere that's just chilling there. Hopefully, carrots in there. But that's all I gotta say about the bounties. What
all
you
right.
got, Lionel?
And then what about you, Lionel?
Sorry. I thought it was. I don't know about the bounties. Like I wasn't fully sure. Like if all the bounties fit them. Like as their their capabilities and like, their progression we've seen from them so far. Like some of them I agreed with, and some of them I didn't. Like Usopp, I'm just never gonna agree with it. It's just it's to me just a running gag because it's funny. But like it's the same thing with like Usopp's the Buggy of the crew. Like he's in a weird way feeling upwards, as in he's not that important as in strength wise to the crew, but his bounties rivaling Frankie's and Chopper's who are stronger than him. So just like for some reason he would have probably close to the 5th highest bounty for whatever reason. Even at one point he had a higher bounty I think than I think Zolo and Sanji at one point at Dressrosa or something like that. So it was just like the bounties, like I understand that bounties is not on strength and it's also about threat level, but to me I feel like what are they seeing in Usopp that they give him this bounty? Like that's the thing that always bothers me. Like when you give these bounties, but you could sense some of these people's strength with Haki, and you could tell if he's a real threat.
Well, they can't do that if they're not near them, Lionel.
No, but some of them are. Like for instance, some of them are. Like like even like Basher brought up, Usopp didn't do anything. So they visually seeing it and from some people judging his strength with Haki, you could probably determine he's not that strong of a fighter, and how much is he even a threat to us. Yeah. So I'm just thinking
that would depend on one of the CP0 members. I mean, CP0 members contacting the government and saying like, "Oh, this guy has this amount of strength level."
Because for instance, like Drake was there and he's relatively strong. I don't know if he reported anything back to the world government, gave information on on certain things because he was there and he was supposed to give some information. So that's what I'm like. I don't know. Again, it's funny, but like I don't know. But some bounties I agree with. Like Robin's. Like I kind of agree with her bounty was like pretty up there. I gotta remember. I gave shout out to Lawrence because he got a lot of W's in this manga chapter. This going to a Jinbei and Luffy's and Zolo's bounty and Sanji's. Lawrence kind of again the Monster Trio was not leaving, but Lawrence saying that. Remember the whole conversation we had before about Jinbei facing an apple, and you guys were saying that he's not. Lawrence saying that these bounties in a way pointing that all three of them like Zolo, Sanji, and Jinbei all have $1 billion now. Like those are Luffy's top three, and like you could think of like how Kaido's crew, where he had like Jack, King, Queen, and Jack, all $1 billion bounties. So like Lawrence thinking that this proving that Jinbei is going to stand between them, even though he's not part of the Martial Trio, but he's going to be standing with them, and he's probably going to maybe give him a chance that he's going to fight an Abo because they have the same level of bounties. They're putting them even when we saw when Chase come, it was the 4 of them. Now again, putting them on the same level again, Zolo, Sanji, and Jinbei. So that's what Lawrence is thinking. Like proof here that that Jinbei is going to be eventually be more significant as in fighting an admiral. And Bastion also he wanted to say to you that right here with Usopp proves that he's not a conqueror because he's crying that his bounty is going up. He said, "What evidence does that show that he has the kingdom's position of a king?" Like, so I shout out to Lawrence for those things.
Well, shout out to Lawrence. He did take W's in this chapter. But Larry, what you got, man? How did you feel about the bounty?
So I do want to start off with Aokiji's quote, and like I forgot what it was, chapter 320. He says the amount of the bounty doesn't just reflect the strength of the criminal. There's also the danger level someone poses to the government, right? And I'm not really a bounty guy. Like I don't really care about bounties. But when I saw this chapter and I saw the bounties, I was kind of disappointed again. And I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm always freaking disappointed. But I think it's just this run of the series that's disappointing me. I don't think it's necessarily everything before because I've loved One Piece forever. But it's like this series of events has just been disappointing. And I don't know if it's due to the lack of like, I don't want to say motivation, but I think the lack of like interest that Oda currently has right now. Like he's more interested into making fun of the story than he is about actually making the story like sensible or logical or like, you know, like just I don't really know the words to say to let you guys know exactly what I think about it. But all I know is like he just doesn't seem like he's putting his all into it. You know what I'm saying? He's just like enjoying the moment. So when I looked at these bounties, I'm like, okay, so why did Nami, Brook, Frankie, and Usopp's bounties go up 300 million, right? And then there was speculation about their birthdays for Sanji and Zoro. So Nami's birthday is July 3rd, Brook's birthday is April 3rd, Frankie's birthday is March 9th, right? If you add 3 plus 3 plus 3, that equals Frankie's March 9th, right? But realistically, Nami, Brook, and Frankie all have gone up 300 mil.
And Usopp.
So I feel like there's some type of logic that Oda was using there. Now, for Usopp, he went up 300 mil as well. But since he's like a gag character, his birthday is April 1st. That's April Fool's Day. Mm-hmm. So he's going to have a gag bounty. Now, when we go to Robin's, I was kind of disappointed in Robin's because I've always felt like she should have been, honestly, higher than Luffy at some points.
Bro.
Because of the information she can unfold at any time, and she could be on any crew, and she could hop on any crew and just let out all this information to the world. They nuked an island to keep them from saying the name of a certain kingdom from ancient times. So if she ends up finding these poneglyphs, which now they have 3, they only know they probably have like 2, it's the possibility of, if I'm the world government, I have to suspect that those road poneglyphs are on Wano. Big Mom has one from rumors, so there has, you know what I'm saying? And then Alabasta or even Skypiea. Like, the government should know about all these things, and yet she's in a crew who has interacted with the possibility of these certain islands. Out of what, the 2 million islands that are out there?
Then there's 2 million islands?
There's something like that.
Jeez. I didn't even know that.
So now we'll go to Sanji's bounty, Jinbei's bounty, and Zoro's bounty. I was kind of happy that Sanji's bounty was 4th because I was like, yo, real talk, if Yamato joined, he'd be 5th.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't know her bounty. And I just wanted to be like, yo, I just want to smush it all in Sebastian's face. Just cream pie him, bro.
Whoa, bro.
Hey, yo!
But I was just like, listen, kind of makes sense. And the reason being, I think Sanji's bounty should be a little bit lower. And the reason why I say that is because I think that the government still thinks that Sanji has the backing of Germa 6-6. So if he's supposed to be a threat to the world government, you would suggest like it's not only him and Luffy's crew with Nico Robin on it, it's Germa 6-6 at his backing as well. So it's like they can compete and like Luffy could just possibly recruit Germa 6-6 if possible. Mm-hmm. So I feel like his bounty is actually inflated a tiny bit.
Do you think so? Because this is something that I was going to point out, that his bounty no longer says Vin Smoke Sanji on it. It doesn't says matter. Black Leg Sanji on it. So it's like
I don't think
not
it matters.
Including the Vin Smoke.
It doesn't even matter. I think that just the possibility of his family wanting to marry Big Mom, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a threat level. Like, they're literally trying to ally with Yonko forces, and he's their family member that they know of.
On the Yonko ship now.
So it's like, is his bounty inflated or not? And I would say, tiny bit. I'm not going to say a lot because Sanji is a monster. But, like, a tiny bit? Yeah, for sure. Then we go to Jinbei's bounty. I agree with Sebastian. I think that, if anything, Jinbei's bounty should actually be higher. Why? Saved Luffy during Marineford War, challenged the Kainu.
I've been putting in work forever.
Yeah, yo, he can, like he said, Neptune is a possibility, right? And I don't know if the Celestial Dragon, I forgot what his name is. Miosgard. If he told anybody that Poseidon actually lives in Fishman Island, but if he did, like, Jinbei was a part of the Big Mom Pirates. I don't know if they know that he exited from Big Mom Pirates.
Yeah, they know.
They know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, at least Stussy was there.
But I would also think that he
Mom.
may still have allies on Big Mom's side, but not necessarily with Big Mom. Because that can totally happen, right? And then it's like, it's just everything else that comes with Jinbei, the warlord status. So he still has influence from the people who fear him from his moniker of being a warlord. It's like, yo, that's in that too. So I get why his bounty is higher than Sanji's, even though he didn't defeat any of the big calamities. I would say that Jinbei overall is a fearsome influencer more than a fearsome fighter, which he's proven to be. And then we got Zoro's bounty. And I think I was probably upset with Zoro's bounty the most. Marco's bounty is 1.37 billion. Katakuri's bounty is 1.05 billion. Right? Beckman's bounty is unknown. But Zoro's bounty is 1.11. So he has like 600 million more than Katakuri, but he's still under Marco. And I'm like, yo, I don't really get that part. Because Zoro should get inflation too, right? Robin's on his crew. Frankie's on his crew. They should know that Frankie probably can add Pluton to their ship, if possible, if he remembers anything. You know what I'm saying? Usopp, who they're calling this great figure, is on the crew. Then we got Sanji with the Germa 6-6. And it's like, there's a combination of these Straw Hats that they should now be inflating each other. And I feel like Zoro being second in command, Zoro possibly linking up with Mihawk, did nobody know that happened? Or they had to?
I don't think anybody knows that happened.
But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, bro, even Luffy becoming a Yonko should inflate your bounty even more. And like, he's second in command. He just beat King. Even though they don't know King was a Lunarian, you have to suspect that like, he beat a first commander, and Zoro's bounty is not even higher than King's. So what, like, this is where I'm saying like these bounties don't really matter, but they're more so like just noise. Like they're just noise to get people hype. But this is where like Oda is trying to hype a certain character, but he's not consistent in hyping characters. He'll either make a joke about the character or he'll just give him a random bounty that means something through like Japanese numbers. Like he did with Roger's bounty or Whitebeard's bounty or Big Mom's bounty. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we all suspect that Luffy's highest bounty is going to be Gomu 5.6 whatever, right? I think he's just doing that with these numbers too, man. There's nothing to it. There's no foundation to these.
I'd say the only, and I agree with a lot of what you said. The only thing that I will say in regards to Zoro's bounty and the other bounties is that yes, they. Thank you. Yes, they aren't as high as we would have liked, but I feel like the second Luffy's bounty was 3, the expectation needed to be lower. You know what I mean? Like for everybody's bounties. Like I had Luffy at 5, Zoro at 1.52, Sanji at 1.373 kind of stuff. As soon as Luffy was 3, I was like, yo, we're not getting there yet. We just can't. So, you know, plus another part of it is like they got to get a bounty bump again, right? And like maybe twice. So like can't go too high right now.
I don't think you can't go too high, but I think there needs to be some level of like consistency for like who poses a threat to the world government overall. Like even if Robin isn't as strong as the others, she still took down a Toby Robo.
Yeah, she did.
And like you said, Usopp didn't do anything in Wano.
Yo, anything, bro.
Anything, and he got a 300 million increase.
Well, they all got 300 million because that is a consistency. Oda makes Yonko commanders or just the officers 300 million and up for the most part. It's just what he does. He did it with the Toby Ropo. He did it with a bunch of Big Mom's kids. Like Peacombs is 300 something million. Yeah. Tamago's 300 something million. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, they're getting the commander stamp. But when I saw Frankie's, I was a little upset. But like they were basically getting, we are the officers of a Yonko stamp with the 300 million. Whether it was consistent as to who got what, I feel you. But
I wish we saw some of Brooks' reaction.
Brooke was just like playing his like he was just chilling.
I wish we got Brooke's reaction because sometimes I forget that Brooks was like a rumbar pirate, right? Yeah. He's never experienced this type of infamy at all. And it's like he's going into new territory as far as like him having this high of a bounty, because I'm pretty sure even his captain never had a high of bounty as this. So it's like
he was a rock star though.
I get it.
He was a rock star.
But that's one of the things I was saying too when I was reacting to it live, was that Brooke has actually made a name for himself around the world.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's again adding to his influence, right? That's why like Yonkos are Yonkos, is because they're just not based off of strength, but overall they're a danger to other avenues of power. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Brooke has a following outside of just being a Straw Hat. That's why his bounty increased the way it should have. And I'm like, okay, so like Usopp makes sense, but that was like in Dressrosa, but he didn't do anything in Wano. He didn't gain anything in Wano for the crew. He didn't do anything.
He sniped some of the Kibidongo. I think that's it. Like I don't think there was really anything beyond that.
I mean, I was gonna say like, I actually thought that if they had a higher bounties than King and Queen, I think it would have been too high for me. I think
it wouldn't even have to have been higher. It would have been like borderline higher. Like it doesn't even have to be overarching kings.
I think the thing of I'm gonna let you go.
Because I was saying like I understood why Zolos and even Sanjis and Jimbes could be higher than Kaitiri, because mostly Kaitiri mostly stayed in Whole Cake. Like he fought people, but that's what like we seen King and them, they went out and did stuff.
Yeah.
Kaitiri and most of the Big Mom pirates, they mostly fought, but they stayed at Whole Cake. Majority of that's why their bounties are not that high.
And Queen's like a former mad scientist. Like he has government secrets and stuff potentially. Like there's
that's true.
There's stuff there. But like the thing about it though, Lionel, is that there's a catharsis in us seeing our main characters overtake the people they just defeated. It's bounties. Like when Luffy beat Crocodile, he got $100 million bounty. Yeah. That felt snap. Like it felt like Luffy was a real major player now in the game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it meant something. Like when he beat Katakuri and he got 1.5 billion, it was like, yo, this, you know, there's something in it. There's something innate in that we didn't get. And as soon as we didn't get it with Luffy, I was like, oh, we on some. But honestly, when Luffy's wasn't over Kaido's, I was like, yo, we on some shit.
But I was happy that Luffy's bounty wasn't over Kaido's.
Let me ask this question. Oh, of course.
Nah.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question, right? What was Luffy's bounty after Archipelago?
It was still 300 million. They didn't bump it.
They didn't bump it.
Because they didn't give him the credit for Moria. They didn't put that out there. Like, he beat Moria, but they didn't put it out there.
Yeah, but he ended up punching a Celestial Dragon, right?
Oh, you mean, so after Marineford, the entire thing?
No. I'm just talking after Archipelago, when he got sent away.
He didn't get a bounty bump.
No. He didn't get a bounty bump at all.
No.
All right, but his bounty was what? Like
300 million.
300 million. Yeah. And it's like, when I compare that punch to the Celestial Dragon to like Brooke's bounty, Nami's bounty, or Frankie's bounty, I'm like, what Luffy did should have bumped his bounty significantly, but it didn't. And I'm like, that's kind of like an inconsistency to me, because if you punch a Celestial Dragon, your bounty should automatically go high as hell, but it didn't. Yet, like, do Frankie, Nami, and Brooke and Usopp have that same type of fear to the government? Like, will they punch a Celestial Dragon even at their current bounties right now? And it's like, no.
So, and I agree with that. I do want to say, when he did that, they were preparing for war with Whitebeard. There was like I understand punching Celestial Dragon is like the biggest thing you could do, but it's like, yo, we got all our energy and focus on this. We'll do his bounty later. Like, I feel like that's what they went with that.
I mean, even so.
And then it was only 400 million that they ended up getting to.
That wasn't even trouble for them, because they sent Kizaru out.
Yo, that's why. They were like, yo, we can't. They were saying, I'm trying to remember how it was phrased, but they were like, yo.
But they still spread their forces out.
They sent one admiral out. That's a
huge piece to your force.
And they didn't send him. He went, I'll go.
And you know what I mean? And they were like, all right.
I mean, what are you going to do? Stop Kizaru? Like, who has the power to do that?
Goku.
But also, I did think maybe the reason why his bounty didn't go up, because Kizaru went there and he handled Luffy. And to their knowledge,
he didn't.
Remember, to their knowledge,
Luffy disappeared.
Yeah, Luffy
was like, yo,
but they still got away.
Yeah.
And they knew they got away, because even Kizaru was like, yo, what is Kuma doing?
Yeah. I just feel like it wasn't a big thing for them at the time. Like, we about to fight Yonko, bro. Like the world's strongest man.
Yo,
we not having they have active bounty meetings where they determine the bounties.
Fights happen,
They didn't have
and then
time for
immediately
that.
bounties get increased,
Bro.
Immediately.
Because they.
How quick was that Crocodile versus Luffy bounty?
Because they aren't involved. Like the entirety of the Marines went, yo, we gotta fight Whitebeard. Like Grand New was fighting at Marineford.
When you say that,
they have bounty meetings.
When you say that, and then all of a sudden they're like, yo, Kizaru, you could just go though. It counters everything you're saying.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Because why would you send one of your strongest men in the entire government when Whitebeard could just pull up at any second?
Because he can handle that quick enough.
No, man.
That's why.
Stop.
He can.
It doesn't matter. You still got to travel to Archipelago and then travel back and then fight.
Bro.
But Jimmy also did say, I mean, that could just been whatever. But he did say at a certain point, isn't it hard?
That's the biggest cap in the entirety of the series.
What?
Jinbei saying after 400 million, it's hard to bump your bounty. We've seen Zoro just straight up shot up like 700 and like
but that's different.
Million.
But the thing that they did though, like
bro, it's cap.
And now that's something like
Yo,
the reason why you think their bounties didn't go that high because like the Strawhats didn't go and take down the Yonko crew themselves.
Yo, we got
they had allies and people with them.
We
wasn't
have
just like their entire crew.
We have like 30 bounties over 400 million. You know what I mean? Like 30 plus.
But some of it has reason.
It's cap, bro.
I don't know. I liked it, but at the same time, it's like, yo, this is why I don't care about bounties, bro. They add too much like too much drama, and like the drama ain't good drama. It's like a different One Piece madness.
Fun. It's fun.
You know what I'm saying?
I will say this because we got to move on. We got the rest of the chapter and some super chats to hit. Seeing our boys Zoro, Jinbei, Sanji being over $1 billion, that warmed my heart a little bit. It did. It's been like I've been reading this series for 10 plus years, bro. We finally here. Like we did it.
I don't care, bro.
I mean, we didn't know bounties could get that high in the first place.
Listen, man, billion.
We didn't know that.
Billion. It happened.
Anyway, let's read these super chats.
Yeah, they're a little dated, but we got $2 from Seer Aiken. It says, "Nah, she has it in reference to Nami having Conquerors Haki."
Bugging. Thank you.
I don't know, man. Parvision is in the chat, by the way. Shout out to Par. I don't know if he's still here, but as soon as the Nami conversation came up, he was here.
He was summoned like a dark magician.
But thank you so much, Seer.
Thank you, Seer.
We got a $5 super chat from Luis Talavera. It says, "What do y'all think Chopper's bounty should be? How much love? Oh, much love for y'all and the show. We really appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
I think Chopper's bounty should be like 175.
I was gonna say 200.
No, I think it should be closer to like Frankie.
You know what?
I think it should be around 3 billion.
No.
I mean, around 3 million.
No.
Sorry, 3 million.
No.
You know what? The ability to be a doctor on that level is kind of crazy, but
He didn't do anything.
like
He cured the Ice Oni
That was
disease
wild.
with the help of Marco.
listen, that ice only was hard to deal with, bro.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on there.
Bro. Cure those kids Caesar was killing.
I mean, I'm saying like,
Bro, I still don't know how he just ducked the smile people. That's so wild, bro. Like,
Keep going, Seth.
all right. Anyway,
Thank you.
thank you. We got a $5 super chat from Tony Leon. It says, "What's good, gang? I know Larry mad happy about Buggy being exposed and Croc trying him like a dog." We gonna get to that real soon.
We're actually getting to it right now. Thank you.
We got another £5 from Mr. Bushido. It says, "Notice there could have been 14 posters when Robin dropped them. P.S. Carrot joins next week. What would her bounty be?"
Kara's bounty? It'd probably be around 175 again, like Chopper's. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be
Like
one of the lower ones.
I would want them to be the two lowest. And that's just, I guess, furry
I can see
racism.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I just don't see her as
I would say
dangerous.
200 for Chopper and 150 for Carrot. If that, I mean,
Yeah.
that might even be too high. I mean, she got the stamp in Whole Cake where she did some stuff, and she didn't do much here.
Yeah, she barely did anything. And she got bodied by like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's a Sulong. I mean, it's what it is.
with Wanda next to her.
They was about to win.
Thank you.
So you don't have to win all your fights.
You do. Don't
you
let
don't.
nobody tell you that.
You
That's
don't
how
have
you get
to.
knocked out. That's
You don't have to win all your fights.
how you get knocked out.
Oh man, yeah, I think I'm missing some. Oh no, okay. We got another $2 from Mr. Bushido.
Thank you, thank you.
It says they will all be $1 billion plus by the end of the series.
All of them?
Oh man, that'd be kind of
Yeah,
wild. I don't know
that's
about
too
that.
much.
I don't know about that. That's kind of wild.
I think Chopper will still be like
200,000, 2,000.
he'll be like 10 million.
Oh man, dude, he's not even at 1 million yet.
Nah.
That's crazy.
Oh man, we got a
J-Cast, thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you.
couple members, StrawHat and J-Cast. Thank you guys
Hold
so
on,
much.
were they a member? Hold on.
Nakama.
Oh, thank you for becoming Nakama.
Yep.
And then who else?
We got to find out a super chat from Muppets34. Do you think Sabo and Luffy's bounties are playing off each other since they're brothers, or it's their own feats that gave them their bounties? Do we know Sabo's bounty? Did we get that?
What, Sabo's?
Yeah.
Isn't it like 6?
That's what it was. It's definitely higher now.
Yeah.
It's definitely higher now.
It's definitely gonna be
Thank you,
higher
Andrew
now.
Barnes.
I'm checking now to see what his bounty is. It's 602 million.
It's got to be higher now.
It's higher, especially if he's considered to have killed
Oh, yeah.
What do y'all think it is?
Nefertari. It'd probably be around like 3.
I was going to go 2.5, but word.
Yeah, I think it's around 3.
I already thought of the billions too, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be like close to Luffy's. Honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah.
They call him the Flame Emperor, bro. And he's number 2 of the Revolutionary
He
Army.
fought admirals.
And Dragon has the highest bounty, apparently, out right now.
Did they say that?
They say he's the most wanted man, right?
Yeah, he's
most
the most
wanted
wanted
criminal,
man.
so he should be.
There's no one to saying, but like I always question, like, would he have higher than a Yonko?
Bro, we gotta go. Let's keep doing these.
I think. Oh no, we got one more super chat from Ray May. It says, "Sup fellas, much love, Bar Hat Podcast." Are you
Oh,
familiar
what's
with
up,
Bar Hat?
man? Yeah, Bar Hat. What's up, man? How are you? Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Shout out to the Bar Hat Podcast, man.
Yeah.
And we got another Nakama who joined in Andrew Barnes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew.
All right, we're all caught up.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're all caught up. All right, so let's go to the next controversial one. Next, we go to the Empty Bluffs Island within the New World. There, we see Buggy beat up and crying, while Crocodile is holding up his head for Mihawk to threaten Buggy with as if he's going to cut his head off. Mihawk and Crocodile are upset that they've been put under Buggy. We also see Mr. 3, aka Galdino, and Mr. 1. Mihawk reminisces on Crocodile calling him to team up. Crocodile calls Mihawk by his previous moniker, the Naval Hunter. Buggy also reveals he's completely broke, and the Giants leaving has affected his business greatly. Buggy then says how his followers are a bunch of idiots, and he doesn't know why they love him. I know that's right. Then Navy HQ announces that the Cross Guild will prove to be a major threat. Then they release new bounties on Buggy, Crocodile, and Mihawk. With that reveal, the Navy says that Mihawk has even greater sword skills than Shanks. Mihawk and Crocodile agree that they should let Buggy be the face to take the heat off of them. What do you guys think about this part of the chapter? And we'll go with Lionel.
I thought it was pretty dope. It was pretty cool. Again, I have to shout out Lawrence again. Lawrence said about pretty much with me. Well, about him being right about the Cross Guild. Said that it wasn't Buggy's idea at all, and it being Crocodile's and Mihawk's idea. And Lawrence wanted to also bring out that pretty much that Mihawk has like a Yonko level bounty, and pretty much saying that he actually is not a Yonko, but he has like the second highest. Out of all the pirates right now, because Shanks, because if Big Mom and Kaido, if Big Mom and Kaido are actually dead, Mihawk has the second highest bounty, second to Shanks, and he's not a Yonko. That's what Lawrence wanted to remember saying, and the Cross Guild thing about him being right. But I thought the chapter was pretty dope. I thought it was pretty cool. I was actually thinking about getting about Crocodile's bounty. Like I'm thinking, was it too high? But I was thinking of the stuff he was doing, like because I started to think of the stuff he was doing. Pre-time skip, getting Pluton, and I was just like, does that cross over? Like, we know that the bounties freeze when you're Shichibukai. Does that accumulate over time? Like, all the stuff you've done that you would have got bounties for, does that add to it? Do you guys think that or not?
No idea.
Yeah?
I mean, probably. Like during the Shichibukai stuff, or you saying before the Shichibukai stuff?
No, because when you come to Shichibukai, they freeze your bounty.
it. Yeah.
But now all the stuff you're doing, until
man.
now.
I mean, they factor in everything they know. Yeah. Everything that they know you've done, they try to factor in, unless they're trying to cover something up. And there's no indication that they were trying to cover up anything that Crocodile did since he got dropped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, is that all you got?
No, I was gonna say, I thought it was pretty interesting that that Mihawk's the world's greatest swordsman now, but he has a similar appetite to Zolo's. Like he was the naval hunter, and now Zolo's the pirate hunter, and now Mihawk's the world's greatest swordsman, and Zolo's goal is to become the world's greatest swordsman. I thought that was kind of interesting, and also I didn't expect that of Mihawk going after Marines and like taking them out. Like I didn't really think Mihawk was that type of person.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was pretty cool. I liked seeing showing the truth, what happened to Buggy. I thought it was pretty cool. I did also find it was kind of funny that we have two emperors, Luffy's crew, and Luffy's beat up by his crew that are weak, by Nami, who's weaker than him. That was weaker than him. Then now now Buggy, who's the emperor, getting beat up by people stronger than him. They're both crying, both saying they're sorry. I thought that was a weird connection they had.
Damn, bigger connection than him and Blackbeard now. Guess Buggy's the endgame opponent.
The parallels are
parallels are there. No one can deny it anymore.
But no, it was cool seeing Crocodile and Mr. One again, honestly. But yeah, I'll let someone go. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Sub.
I loved every bit of this. I know I'm a huge Buggy guy, but when I tell you Crocodile is the reason why I started really taking One Piece seriously. So anytime that man is on screen, I love it, right? And him just saucing, holding Buggy head up with the... Y'all don't understand how great that panel is. Like, it's so good, bro. Mihawk and Crocodile sitting. Again, these are like the first two major villains of the series, right? Yeah, like, these are the two. Like, we were just talking about milestones and stuff for Marv. Just know, these two dudes that we talking about right now, these are the guys. And it was just real nostalgic. Yeah. Because it's Buggy there too. It's like Buggy, Crocodile, Mihawk. Those are the first. Those are the guys, bro.
The first two Shichibukai guys we saw.
Yeah. It was just really cool. It was great seeing them. The storyline on how Buggy got to this is amazing to me. Mr. 3 flipping on him instantly is amazing to me. I love that. His crew, dude. even the freaking Moji and guy, they were like, well, guess we followed Crocodile now. I was like, geez, Das Bones just chilling, like, ain't no loyalty in the game.
Wearing the suit,
looking cool. Oh man, and Crocodile just hitting Mihawk up like he got his number.
Yeah, I was like, where did this happen?
I just thought that was really great, man. I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of this, man. It was funny. Buggy not being the criminal mastermind that we try to cape like he is. This is just more accurate. This is more consistent with what his character is.
Yeah, I love it.
I know you.
I love it.
I know you love it.
Didn't skip a single panel.
Yeah. Even the story of the Cross Guild, like how it got to be that, I thought it was great. I really did. I really love that. I thought Crocodile's bounty was wild.
Yeah.
I was like, he must have really been doing some wild stuff. And it just, you remember I used to always say Doflamingo's bounty would be like $2 billion?
Yeah.
If he was out there, I feel like more proof positive of that because he was really out here running the underworld and doing all kinds of wild stuff. For Crocodile to be at 1.9,
yeah.
I was like, sheesh. Mihawk's bounty, I thought that was cool. And I remember we've had conversations about it in the past about how Mihawk doesn't have a crew with him, so his bounty probably shouldn't be that high. He got a crew with him technically now, and now he's basically a Yako, you know what I mean? I thought that was funny. It was weird to me that they're saying Buggy's the leader, but Mihawk's bounty's higher. It's like Oda couldn't go that far with his disrespect.
That was the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, he couldn't go that far with his disrespect. You know what I mean? It was wild to me. And for those of y'all, because I know it's something Larry's gonna talk about. Do you have a question about it? The Shanks thing?
What do you mean question?
The Shanks Mihawk sword skill thing that they said at the end there.
Yeah.
With the bounty.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll wait for then.
No, I don't have a question, but I want to bring it up.
Yeah. Listen, for those of y'all out here trying to use this as proof positive that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, calm your ass down.
Thank you.
It's not.
Thank you.
You are out of your mind. They specifically said sword skill, and it's something we always talk about. Yeah. He's a better swordsman than Shanks. Shanks will punch Mihawk dead in shit. I understand that. Okay?
Right in his mata.
Yeah, bro. I just, the debates that have been had, I just don't understand it. It's obvious Shanks is not as... Mihawk is a better swordsman. Shanks is a stronger fighter. I think that's obvious. Yeah. That should be obvious. Yeah. But I'm going to let you go, Larry. You go ahead.
Oh, man.
Not again.
I loved everything about it. I loved everything about it except the reveal of bounties for Mihawk and Crocodile. I loved everything that you just said because that's literally how I felt. I know that Sebastian doesn't really like people without blonde hair. And like Crocodile is like the first villain or his first character in the One Piece series doesn't have blonde hair that he's just like, yo,
stop it.
He needs to get blonde hair.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying?
Coming for it all the time, bro.
And it's like,
stop it.
And it's like just to see that Crocodile is still as like, you know, drippy and
I actually hate his fit.
Charismatic as he is, just brings great like feelings towards everything that happened. And knowing that he set everything up. Yeah. Makes it so much better, and it's like, yo, Mihawk, like, check this out. Like, he really had Mihawk's number, like, in his Denden Mushi, and I don't even know how they save numbers.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
So, like, how does that work?
He got connects, bro.
But,
I forgot about that.
Besides that, I do want to touch on the biggest thing, man, and I hate it, bro, because this is another sort of One Piece madness. And it's like the Shanks versus, like, Mihawk thing, right? And, like, they're both swordsmen, yada, yada, yada. And I'll bring a couple statements up to disprove why, like, Mihawk isn't stronger than Shanks. But, again, this is all evidence of speculation, right? So I will say this. Swordsmen. There are two known different types of swordsmen, right? The strong blade, which literally emphasizes, like, strength, and the gentle blade, which emphasizes, like, speed. Mihawk has the greatest balance of both. He can cut through ships and deflect bullets with, like, graceful speed, right? As stated by Hyogoro, he quotes, in Wano, the power is transferred from the body to the blade.
Thank you.
When we wished to cut, we can cut through even steel. When we wish not to cut, we cannot cut through paper. And a fully mastered sword becomes one with the swordsman's will, right? So we have certain swordsmen in this verse of One Piece. Aokiji, Kanjiro, Fujitora, Drake, Kizaru, Pika, Arlong, Jack, Cracker, Big Mom, Izo, Brook, Law, King, and even Roger all use swords. Are they swordsmen? I mean, are they true swordsmen or do they just have other means of fighting too?
Right.
And it's like, this is the problem with the strongest swordsman like title. It holds no true value except to a very, very minuscule minority of One Piece characters. And I think that, you know, for example, let me even use this one, right? If Mihawk put his sword down, would he do sword techniques without the sword in his hand?
Maybe.
And this is why I say this, right? Zoro is a swordsman, like a true swordsman. And what does he do without swords? I think in chapter 312, he ended up using Dragon Twister against Hamburg in order to hurt him. Would he have done more damage with swords? You would suggest so, right?
Yeah, of course.
When he fought Hachi at Fishman Island, not at Fishman Island, but at Nami's home village.
Arlong Park.
What did he end up doing? He ended up
Tatsumaki,
taking a sword and doing his technique.
Yeah.
And it's like, if Mihawk is fighting only with his sword, and he's considered to have a greater sword skill than Shanks, then I have to assume that he can't really fight without a sword. Now, that's speculation. He might be able to. But I've seen 2 instances or 3 instances of Shanks not using a sword, but also doing damage to some extent, right? He used Haki in order to damage Whitebeard's ship. That's something Mihawk has never been shown to do. What else happened? He ended up using Conqueror's Haki from seafloor level to reach Green Bull. Even though he might have been using the sword to direct it, that's still a feat that shit like Mihawk has never shown. And it's like, when we say like people that are swordsmen, just because you use a sword doesn't necessarily mean that you can fight only with the sword, as proven by King, who directly stated it to Zoro. Yeah, I can use a sword, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to punch you in the face.
Right.
Because I can do that. But every time we've seen Mihawk fight, it's only ever been with the sword. Even though Shanks hasn't really fought anybody and not used the sword, he's used the sword, but then he's also just used Haki alone, where he hasn't used the sword. So I have to suspect that that dude can punch you in the face and have the same effect that he has with the sword. And I think that should be obvious, right? Like, I don't know any film Red spoilers. Like, I don't know if he fought anybody and, like, did any other significant damage without the sword. But I can say if I am to think he can do it, he has the greatest evidence of doing it. Right. But Mihawk doesn't. So I think that when we say this Mihawk versus Shanks thing, we also have to think about it this way. When we look at Yonko, their bounties are high because of the influence, the territories, the money, the threat level to the government. Mihawk, we've always said, doesn't have any of that. So his bounty was never revealed, and I think that it was probably small. It was probably like 1 billion because of the fact that he didn't have all that, but he only had strength. Now, since he joined a crew, his bounty has inflated. And why do I say inflate? Crocodile's bounty before he became a warlord was 88 million
80
belly.
million.
Yeah.
No, 88 million belly.
Straight up 80.
No, it says it right here in the One Piece wiki. Bro, it says in the One Piece wiki.
Before he became a warlord?
Yes. It's
It was
88.
80.
No, it's 88. 81. It's 81 million.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He jumped from 81 million, even though it was frozen, to 1.96 billion
We don't know
belly.
That. We don't know that. He could have gotten a bounty during the time skip or whatever.
He might have.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, Crocodile himself, with just the Cross Guild, and this is going to be my final point, with just the Cross Guild, his level of power, where is it? Shit, still pre-time skip, if you ask me, right?
We don't know.
Right?
We don't know.
And the reason why their bounties are so high is because they're directly hunting naval officers. Who else had a high-ass bounty pre-time skip amongst every other rookie that was a supernova because they were doing such things as that? Kid.
Yeah.
And his bounty was higher than everybody else's. He was considered the #1 supernova then.
The biggest threat.
So it's like, if we add that same type of thought process, this is why Mihawk's bounty is so inflated and Crocodile's bounty is so inflated, even though it's more like Buggy doesn't even have a higher bounty than his first mate, technically. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there's a disconnection for Mihawk overall. There's a disconnection for anybody that if you're threatening the world government directly, your bounty is going to be significantly higher than a person that has a god fruit. That's just how it's going to work. So it's like, I don't want people to like look at this and be like, well, you know, like he's still a swordsman. Like, bro, there's other factors in this bounty like increase.
You know the funny thing to me is, because I know we got to move on, is that the same people that are like killing Sanji for having a lower bounty than Zoro be the same people that are like, yo, Mihawk is stronger than Shanks, right? But it's like, yo, if you take the bounty into account, it's not. It's just funny to me.
Yeah.
So
People
put it
pick
this
and
way,
choose.
right? If I'm to ask you, right now, Lionel, I'll ask you this. Because they also bring up, well, if Shanks is a swordsman and Luffy has to fight Shanks, doesn't like Zoro have to fight Mihawk and Shanks because they're both swordsmen? And it's like, all right, so let me put it this way. If Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei were to fight Akainu, Kizaru, Green Bull, and Fujitora, which one does Zoro fight?
Fighting Fujitora.
He should be fighting Fujitora just because he's
But
swordsman.
Kizaru also uses a sword.
Fake sword, though.
So is he fighting both?
No.
So then that whole point of Zoro fighting both is just stupid.
Nah, yeah.
I mean, if he a thug, no.
So it's like, at the end of the day, we got to recognize like people just don't know how to like take information and directly like digest it. You know what I'm saying?
Are they trolling?
No, because again, if you think about it, Big Mom has a sword.
Yeah,
Like, people
bro.
forget that.
I mentioned that. Like Big Mom has a sword. Yo, Izo had a sword.
Yeah.
So it's like they're considered swordsmen, or are they just people who fight with swords, bro?
Does Izo have a sword?
Yeah. He uses guns though, but he has a sword.
He has something.
Yeah.
Keep that thing on him, I guess.
So, I don't know, man. I just look at it as like, you got to take this shit with a huge grain of salt. Huge grain of salt, and it's still Shanks over Mihawk any day of the week until we're proven wrong. And I think that until we're proven wrong, like, you're just capping. Directly capping. But that's all I got to say. Hold on. Marv, we'll do the break, and then we'll go to the Super Chats, guys. Give us 1 second to do the sponsor. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that OnePiece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
Oh, man.
So did you want to say?
Oh, yeah, just real quick, because Lionel brought it up during the break that with King and Zoro, is like a prime example that King isn't a swordsman per se. He was willing to punch Zoro and stuff, right? And like Zoro fighting him, he was a better swordsman than King, obviously, but he wasn't stronger than King. And how he became stronger than King was him imbuing like his will into the fight, his willpower, not an increase in his swordsmanship capabilities. So like,
Yo, can you drop a clue bomb or something like that? Come on, man.
I'm not a hockey's everything, but obviously Shank's doing these hockey things. He can overcome some sword stuff, right? But
all right, and then let's get to the super chats.
Yeah, we got a couple that were sitting for a little bit.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, it says Sir Aiken, thank you again.
Thank you, Sir Aiken.
Thank you. Donating today. It says had to become a member of the best One Piece podcast.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, Aiken. We saw you became a member, man. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome, Nakama.
Appreciate that.
StrawHat Nelson, $2 super chat says it hurt my chest. I don't know what he's referring to, but that's funny. I don't know what you're referring to, StrawHat, but I really appreciate it. Jordan with the 5-month membership.
Thank you for being a member for 5 months, Jordan.
Yonko, man,
Appreciate
really
you.
out here. Buggy getting handled like that made my week. Croc and Mihawk running it right. It was great. Again, I'm a Buggy fan.
Yeah.
But because he's funny. I don't think he's actually strong.
It was dope.
And we got a $10 super chat from Barney.
Thank you.
It's a CA. I don't know what that is exactly. But it says, been listening for a while on Spotify, first time watching. Looking forward to your guys' show every week. Andrew Barnes, a.k.a. Barney. Hey, you just became a member, right? Thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you so much, Barney. Appreciate it.
Spotify gang, man.
Spotify gang.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that listen on Spotify, actually. It's wild.
Oh, man, our guy Insatiable Hunger with the $5 super chat.
Hey, Insatiable, thank you.
If we get Croco with Katakuri level Haki, I'm expecting every Warlord to come back as a Yonko Commander level. If not...
Even Moria?
I would love to see Buff Moria. I mean, Buff Moria would be cool.
Handsome Moria.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's dead.
Nah, Moria's dead.
Yeah. The thing is, with that moment, I don't think Blackbeard went, like, I'm going to kill you for your death. He said, yo, join me.
I'm going to suck you, dog.
Come on, all right, bro, all right.
Taking you out for the night.
Yo.
All right, but thank you so much.
Show the shadow of my ass.
Okay.
Anyway, we got a $5 super chat from Baldy Cornell. It says, how come
Baldy.
Kid's hockey isn't on the same level as Luffy's? He fought 3 Yonko and he should have grown way more than Luffy. Hockey blooms in battle.
Bro,
because he was getting washed in those
Where do you
battles.
throw all the food you don't want? That's your answer.
I just don't agree that Kid's hockey should be as high as Luffy.
Where do you throw all the food you don't want?
I'm a Kid guy, but that's just not.
But also, like,
What do you do with an empty water bottle, bro?
You
They said, in the
recycle.
beginning, they said Luffy had a naturally strong talent for hockey. They didn't say that about Kid, so that's my take on it.
Yeah, bro. Plus, Par has a great video on this, in which He talks about how Luffy went through the journey he went through.
Man, F that video.
Listen,
F that
it's a
video.
good video.
Bro.
Shout out to Parvision. He talks about how Luffy fought Lockheed in pre-time skip.
Every video
Kid did it.
Parvision makes is a good video. But it don't mean the topic sucks.
Listen, that was a good topic.
Nah, it wasn't a good topic.
It was Kid Law. They didn't. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's not one of Parv's best.
It was a good video. We got a $2 super chat from Muppets34. Thanks again, Muppet.
Thank you,
there's
Muppet.
a couple super chats you've sent in today. Close to 1K? Need to get this Buggy outfit. Listen, guys, I'm serious. I will convince Larry to get this. I will buy
you're
the
just going to convince me.
You're going to convince me.
Yeah?
I will buy the costume and everything. All right? 1K. 1K in one stream.
Listen, sis.
I'm
not doing it. All right.
1K in one stream, we will get Larry to get the Buggy outfit, man. Face paint, red nose, the whole shebang, man.
Listen, man.
Well, we really appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
But that's all the super chats for now.
That's all the super chats?
Yeah.
Everything's done? All right. We'll get to the final topic, and then we'll start taking phone calls, everybody. Thank you, arigato, for staying with us so long. If you haven't liked the video just yet, please like... Yo, can you stop bringing your fist so close to my face?
It's not that
Please
close.
like the video right now. Okay, so finally we get to the end of the chapter where it focuses on the Revolutionary Army. It seems as if the main leaders of the Revs are having a meeting on Kamabaka Queendom. The Revs received some type of word that Sabo's okay. Dragon tells Koala that if Sabo did indeed kill King Nefertari, there will be a reckoning between them no matter the reason. Then we see Kuma back in his usual garments. Dragon tells Kuma to tell him what he's seen, and Kuma responds with, "As you command." Then the Revs receive a ring on their Denden Mushi.
Thank you.
The Marines are aware of the call and listen in. Koala tells everyone to quiet down, and she picks up the call. Then you hear the words, "It's me, Sabo." What are your final thoughts on the end of this chapter, Lionel?
I thought this was very interesting. Again, I gotta shout out Lawrence again.
He took his catchphrase. Huh? He took his catchphrase.
I'm Lawrence now. All right. But Lawrence did say pretty much that Dragon wouldn't be happy if Sabo actually did kill Cobra. So Lawrence called that. So give a shout out to Lawrence again.
Lawrence took major W's in this
did.
chapter, bro.
He did.
Yeah, I did.
With the whole Kuma thing, I started thinking, me and Lawrence thought this at the same time. Was Kuma planted in the world government by Dragon and them?
Well, that's been a question for ages, bro.
We've theorized that
That's
for
been
a
a
while.
question for ages.
But I was thinking, because I was thinking of like he was recording and I pretty much a spy with what Drake was. So that's what I think maybe, unless they reprogrammed him somehow. But it'd be really interesting if he actually was planted the whole time. Now then I started thinking of, was Vegapunk involved?
Well, again, that's something that people have speculated forever, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure we've talked about this for years.
Really? This is news to me, yo. I was like,
I don't know. I mean, you probably just forgot.
You just not forgot. We've
Yeah.
had this conversation dozens of times, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No, this is news to me.
Terrible, man.
Yeah, bro.
But also, it goes into my thing that that when I said about Sabo, with pretty much remember I said that after the Reverie, Sabo was doing things. This kind of clarified that stuff happened that Sabo. The reason why he became Flame Emperor is what happened after the Reverie. That whatever Sabo did, that he became world famous. Because they always said the Reveries were the Revolutionaries were secret people. That's why people got upset about their bounties, thinking that they should be higher, but they're also low key. You don't know about the Reveries like that. But now, whatever Sabo did after the Reverie, he became more famous than Dragon. So that's what we don't know what he did, but that goes into how much time elapsed from the Reverie until now. And Sabo was purely just getting it in, doing whatever he gotta do to
Hey yo.
I think they were saying what he did at Reverie is why.
It's what he did at the Reverie.
It's not what he's done since. They can't even get in contact with him since.
No, they don't even know
They
where
don't
he's
know
at.
anything about where he's at now. It's the fact that he killed a celestial dragon in people's eyes.
My point is, they were there with Sabo. They said it happened when they separated. Because they were with Sabo. Most of these people were with Sabo when the Reverie happened, and they fought with Sabo. Then whatever happened afterwards, when they
whatever
separated.
he would have done after would have made the news. But they're not speaking about that. They're just speaking like, yo, he killed a celestial dragon type of figure.
It's like,
and like everybody hates the celestial dragons.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, people are like rallying behind the fact that he did that.
Yeah, it's like it's possible to take somebody like that out.
Like they've been untouched forever, right? Luffy punched him, but it's like he's a pirate, he's an asshole. You know what I mean? He's not somebody fighting for our freedom. These people are revolutionaries who are fighting against the world government actively, trying to free nations. And then it's like, yo, he killed one of these kings that are these terrible
Think about
people.
the heavenly payment, bro. How many times they destroyed countries?
They've been hitting them pockets.
And it's like, all right, yo, they just took one of those dudes out for like the first time in hundreds of years. Unless like Rocks took somebody out, which I hope he did.
That'd be wild.
I'd like for him to take out like 10. Straight up.
That's wild, bro. That's wild.
Just grab his
that would
throats and
explain
take
why
him
they
out.
erased him from history.
Yo, they had to.
You don't want dudes like that inspiring nobody.
Yo, Rocks is crazy.
It's possible. They were there at God Valley, so it's very possible. But
I think I can't think of anything more right now.
All right, Seb?
Yeah, I thought this part was cool. It's a nice little cliffhanger. I love Dragon's expressions.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, straight up, like, I don't play that. Like, if he killed him, like, I don't care who Sabo is. I don't
It's
care
like
if
the
I
first
raised
dive
him.
into his character.
Yeah, like, he was like, I don't care if I raise this kid from a pup. Like, there's going to be a reckoning between me and him.
I'm going to wreck him.
And then, like, the Kuma thing, he's like, tell me what you saw, right? So, like when I was talking about him recording stuff, that would be cool if they straight up show a playback.
Yeah.
And then Sabo hitting with the Mario, it's a me, Sabo. I thought that was stupid. I thought that was stupid. But I laughed. But in general, it's always good to... I like the Revolutionaries. What? I like the Revolutionaries. It was a bad joke. I like the Revolutionaries. So it's good to see them.
Yeah.
And my girl Koala, man. Shout out to her and her Fishman backstory. You feel me? Mess with Koala.
But you don't mess with fishmen.
Not most of them.
That's racist, man. No.
I could go on a deep
Go
dive
back
on
to
that.
your country.
I can go on a deep dive for them, but I won't. Not now. Maybe I'll do a
you.
video on that.
You done?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first thing I thought about when I saw the revs was like, damn, I love seeing the revs.
Right.
Second thought I had was, I wish this chapter involved more rev background and we got to see more of them. 3, really happy to see Dragon's characteristics come to like play, like letting us know like he's not the type of guy to be playing around with. Other than that, he's always just been super quiet or staring into some distance or in the background.
Bro.
Yeah.
He broods like
He's
Batman,
like
bro.
Vegeta. He just stays behind a tree while everybody else is having fun and just broods.
He be smiling sometimes.
Yeah, I guess.
They both got that widow's peak though.
Yeah.
They need to get that right, bro. That should look terrible.
I'm Reddit.
Alternate reality DBZ, bro, all time.
What else did I like? Oh, my 4th idea. And I didn't say this on stream, but I thought of it really quick and it just dissipated. What would you guys think if when Dragon said to Kuma, tell me everything or show me everything? What would you think if like Kuma brought up like a projection from his eye? And that was the first time we got to see Vegapunk. Would you hate it or would you love it?
I think I would love it just because we get to see Vegapunk. Like, I don't know when we're getting that, and the fact that it just happened.
Yeah, it'd be like Kuma laying down on the lab table.
Yeah.
And Vegapunk is like talking in the background, and then he comes into the forefront of Kuma's eye, and we see him for a quick second.
My only fear, because I would love that. My only fear would be that Vegapunk looks stupid.
Bro, it's One Piece.
Yeah,
most
like,
characters look stupid. Not everybody's gonna look like King, bro.
I would be salty at that, bro. I want him to be cool.
I thought about that, and I was like, I don't know if I would like it, but it would be kind of cool. I just wouldn't want it revealed like this, I guess. I don't know how. It made me question, like, how do I want Dr. Vegapunk to be revealed? And I don't.
That's a unique enough way to me.
know, but I think that is unique enough, right? Mm-hmm. It brings up a lot of questions that you've been like you just said. Those questions have been asked for years and speculated for years. And it's like we eventually got to find out that part of the story, right? So I'm hoping that next chapter, while the gang is heading towards another island, I hope we start out with the revs this chapter, and I hope we get tidbits of whatever else is happening around the world, but then we go back to the revs, and we probably get like a Dr. Vegapunk reveal at the end of the chapter. you know, I hope it happens. I just feel like that would be really dope. To know about what's happening with Sabo, I don't think we don't need to know immediately still.
Yeah.
Like, we could wait a couple chapters before, like, it actually gets revealed. But I do want it to be revealed less than, like, 4 chapters. Like, I want to know what's going on. Like, I don't want to sit here and just be continuously teased the whole time.
So I'll say this. I agree with you. Like, I don't think we need it. If he doesn't do it next chapter, he's not going to go to something else next chapter.
Yeah.
And then, like, another chapter, and then come back to it. I don't see that.
Yeah.
Like, I think he'll finish this off and then focus specifically on the Straw Hats.
We need to focus on the Revs.
Or he'll just bypass this and go to the Straw Hats and then come back in, like, 20-something chapters.
Focus on the Revs. That's all I care about right now. Like, I think that next chapter would be a great chapter if we focused on the Revs.
Honestly, I kind of think with Sebastian, I think Oda might like go to the Straw Hats, and we're not gonna find out what happens until like Luffy and them meet the Reveries and they clarify that. Like I kind of see that happening. Like pretty much Oda holding that off, holding off until we actually see Sabo interact with the plot story now with the Straw Hats.
Yeah,
I see now because like for instance, like we think Luffy and Vivi are gonna see each other again, and how Luffy's gonna feel about like Sabo killing Cobra. You know, they might show that, like, because Luffy's not going to be cool with that either.
Right.
Like,
so. Yeah, they'll probably show that flashback.
Yeah.
That's more likely going to happen.
I mean, I don't know. Cause
I really just want more Revs, man.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're interesting enough. They're a new group. They have different motives. They're not pirates. They're not cross-guild. Like, we just dealt with a whole arc regarding just pirates with Kaido. So we saw, like, the top-of-the-line pirates. Big Mom, you know, Luffy, you know, these solitary confined, you know, countries. I just want to see Revs be like, yo, this is like, we have a whole different agenda from like everybody else in the world.
Right.
And like, we may be considered evil, but like, we're just trying to battle the real evil. Like, they're actually good people.
Like, the Revs would be the main characters in most series. You know what I mean? Like, they would be. Like, like, we're following that outside source people that are like, oh, they're the pirates. They wild out. The Revs in almost any other series would be like, yeah, we're the main characters.
I also need a reason to believe why Dragon is who Dragon is. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you introduce a protagonist's father and he happens to have this high level of respect throughout the world, ultimately, you want to see this character. You want to see this character stunt. He also has the ability to just die in the series. Like, you can just go all out, and I feel like Oda has the most freedom with Dragon. Like, he can do anything with Dragon. So it's like, I would love to see something regarding Dragon now. Like, I want to see why he is the way he is. Yeah. Like, if I'm only going to see him at the end, where, like, the end of the war is happening, I want it to be about Luffy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be Luffy, and then Dragon's on his side, and without Dragon, he wouldn't be able to succeed. It's like the dude hasn't been there for Luffy since the beginning. He shouldn't be the reason he succeeds at the end. So do something with Dragon now, get him out of the way, make him this spectacular figure such as like what Whitebeard was, but then have Luffy like be the main reason as to why everything goes to the new dawn. I don't know. That's just me though, but I love it. Anyway, let's get to super chats and then we'll do calls.
Yeah, we got 2 super chats sitting. They're both from Insatiable Hunger, ironically.
Oh, thank you, Insatiable.
He says, I can't stand to see mid-kid having Conquerors Haki. Give Dofi and Crocodile that Conquerors Haki. What do y'all think? Should the Warlords lay back and be complacent or get that Rio? I mean, Doflamingo has Conquerors Haki. Yeah. Crocodile, I can't see him being a Conqueror, as dope as he is. That's just not really a stilo. Rio, you gotta be... Do you have to be taught that? Like, I don't even know if you have to be taught that. I guess it can just come out. It can flow through you.
I feel like you have to have the basic premise for Haki, of course, and then you have to learn Rio after. And like, we don't know if Crocodile has any form of Haki.
Because he didn't show it.
I would say he has it now. Like, I think Crocodile
got
buffed up. He got buffed up.
Well, the only part that we would have seen him have it was his clash with Doflamingo. And I don't think he used Haki.
He clashed with Mihawk too. With Yoru.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Mihawk cut Mr. One.
He also threw, I mean, he didn't hurt Akainu, but stopped him.
I gotta look at Crocodile's feats again. Because I just feel like dude is still pre-time skip.
Marineford Crocodile.
He's just a Logia.
Marineford Crocodile is like, he looks like he could be a Yonko Commander. level person. Like maybe
Yeah,
the third
but he's
or
a
fourth.
Logia. Logias allow you to do so much.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he was clashing with these higher tier people and not losing them.
I hate depending on Marineford for anything.
It's impossible to scale using it.
Yeah.
But in that, if you erased all of pre-time skip and just saw Crocodile in that, you'd be like, oh, this dude's almost top tier maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe not top tier, but high tier, whatever. But thank you, Insatiable.
He'd definitely be a Toby Robo.
You think he would beat Page 1? That's the question.
No, he'd be in the lower tier of.
He's the lowest one. That's why I asked him. He's the weakest Toby
Page
Robo.
1?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Who was he? Ulti's stronger than him. Sasaki's stronger than him. Black Maria's stronger than him.
Is Black Maria stronger than him?
Hell,
Yeah, that's his older sister.
What?
Hell no.
I mean, you
Black
don't like,
Maria
you
would
don't like
wash
bounties, but her bounty was significantly higher than it. It was like 180 million berries higher.
Yeah.
Nah, Crocodile beating Black Maria.
Maybe, but
Crocodile still.
he would
hold
need
on,
the
hold on.
buff.
Crocodile still beating Nico Robin.
Yeah,
Stop playing with me, yo.
probably.
Stop playing with me, man.
Damn. I gotta think about it.
That's
The
actually
thing
a
is,
good point.
are we
That's a
talking
good
about
point.
Crocodile where I expect him to be, or where he
No, I'm just
where
saying.
he was?
I'm just saying. Overall, right now, I still believe he just beats Black Maria.
Did Robin was using Haki, right?
No.
She was
Nah.
shaded. The shading looked like Haki to me.
She didn't
wasn't
block
using
it on
Haki,
her
though.
body. No. She didn't.
She wasn't using
Yeah,
Haki,
I mean,
dog.
but Black Maria can use Haki.
She could. She got her cry.
You know what? I'm not even gonna. I believe you. I think Crocodile probably would beat Black Maria. Would he beat Who's Who? Who's Who made Jinbei bleed a little bit?
Nah,
You know what I
he
mean?
wouldn't be Who's Who.
You think he's too physical? Black Maria was using them brass knuckles, bro.
Yo, but like Crocodile don't gotta really be near her, and she's not that fast. She's
She
like
got
a
webbing.
she's
I don't
a
know.
big body.
I think you sleeping
yeah,
on Black
but he
Maria.
could just dry the webbing up.
I think you sleeping on Black Maria. But we gotta take this next
All right, keep
super
going.
chat before we can take calls. But we got another one from Insatiable. It says, "What happened to the SSG? Thought the whole point of abolishing the warlord system was because the government had an answer to deal with them swiftly. The government is trash. They're always wrong.
Well, I think it's gonna be revealed. Like if Kuma tells us something,
Yeah.
Yeah,
this would be the time to let us
But
But
know.
he does have a
Time.
good point because where were they when they were attacking the Shichibukai?
So there are two Shichibukai that are still out there that they could have used SSG on, technically.
yeah,
I mean, we still don't know what happened to Boa.
Right.
that's true.
We still need information on
And
Boa.
Weevil. And SSG
You
not
just
taking
forget
Mihawk
Weevil
out.
as
So.
a character.
Yo, he's so non-existent.
Let him exist, bro.
Yeah, he's so non-existent.
But I don't have any great answers for SSG as to whether
Yeah,
they
me
used it or
either.
not. They probably used it to capture Boa, is my best guess.
I would think that too, yeah, because I know for sure this dude Kobe ain't taking her out.
I
It
don't
wouldn't
think
just
Boa-
be Kobe, right?
No,
It
I
would be
don't
Kobe.
think Boa
It
handcuffs
probably-
can't captured. I don't think so because she won.
That's
She's
fair. Listen.
she's a king disposition user too, and I think she's like probably has advanced and everything. Like with those SSGs,
I can't
world
suspect
government-
most about Boa.
The world government down bad, bro. They need at least one dub.
and her ability.
They need one dub.
They
bro.
would be down bad if they saw her too, though.
But the thing is, she could probably just turn those things into stone regardless.
I mean, if you wipe an entire
Yes.
island, it depends
So,
on
like-
it depends on what the SSG allows.
My question to you guys: does Boa have awakening?
If she does, oh,
If she does,
bro.
yo, I'm
Yo,
telling you,
Boa's
bro.
different, bro.
Yo, bro, her ability would probably be like top 5 most broken
Because I was gonna
abilities.
bring up it doesn't have to
Gotta
focus
send
on
Fujitora, bro.
your
You got
thoughts. Like she
Bro,
uses that.
you don't need just Fuji. If
You would
anything,
need a blind man.
no, you don't
who
have
can't
to.
see her,
It doesn't matter if
is
you see her
but he's
or
also
not.
he's also top tier.
Yeah.
It's like I'm top tier and I'm
Sebastian.
blind.
I feel like it
Sebastian.
would work against him because he has observation Haki. So he gonna be like, damn, I haven't seen a woman in a minute.
You gonna
I'm
get
gonna
that scent?
observation her
Yeah.
and be like, damn, she thick. And then just immediately, bro,
Listen, man, Fuji could be Boa. I believe that.
unless Fuji's gay.
I don't think it matters if you're gay. Bon Clay's still losing to Boa, dog. Like
Yeah,
just off her ability.
Yeah.
Bonkai gonna be like, you know what?
But well,
I don't know if I'm gay.
I don't
me
know if I'm
personally,
gay
I
already.
think Von Cub is a
I might just want to tap that.
No, I think Von
If Von Cub
Cub's a
mess
woman.
around and be like, let me switch up.
No, you heard me? I think Von Cub is a woman. Like that's her
Name is
original
a
thing.
Von Cub, bro.
We had this conversation. I think it's original. I think
Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
either way, he's fluid. He can just Switch up. Cheese fluid, whatever. I don't know. But thank you so much. It's insatiable.
All right. Anyway,
that's all the soups.
That's all the soups. All right, guys, we are going to start taking phone calls now. Sanji versus Shanks versus. Oh, good job, bro. We're gonna start taking calls. Everybody, if you want to call up now. If you didn't remember already, please like the video. All right. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, it's your boy Nerdtaku.
Hey, yo, this is like 3 weeks in a row. Aaron Tate.
Aaron need to step his game
Aaron,
up,
bro. What's good with you?
I'm telling you, he's lacking right now.
What's up, Nerdtaku? How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good, man. I just want to say, first off, Shanks over Mihawk. That's definite.
Facts.
And I don't know, man. I don't think Carrot is in that barrel. I think it's Caribou, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, God, no.
That might be true.
It could very much be true.
We had that before.
I have had a huge fear of Caribou because he just hasn't shown up since that time. But, like, both of them had that little cliffhanger-y, like, where are they going to go with this thing? I hope it's not. But I like Caribou as a gag villain, though. So, like, I could see an interaction there being fun. But I'm still betting on Carrot, Taku, and I want my pie, bro. I ain't forget.
Yo, just send me when I need to come in so you can live stream it, do whatever in Discord, and I'll be there.
All right, man. I'm gonna hold you to that.
What do you think, Nerd?
I think it's Caribou, but I do have a question for you guys. If you could see anybody come back from any time, obviously in One Piece, and join the Straw Hats for the last battle, who would you want and why?
And join the crew
For the last battle.
Yeah, kind of be part of the battle.
Okay.
Again.
Not actually join like as a crew member, but just sort of like, be not even part of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet really, but just to aid in their fight.
I would say again. I want to see my boy back.
That's a good one.
You got Lano? I got one.
No,
you want me to go?
I can't.
Wiper. Dude from
That's a good one too.
Canon and
yeah, Wiper's a good one. Plus, he looks kind of cool now too.
Yeah, man.
He has like the long hair. He's dripped out in black.
He's like King, but like he don't got a gimp suit on.
Yeah.
That's all the good ones, man. I can't think of anybody.
Dofi's another one.
Nah,
why would Dofi?
Nah, that's stupid.
Dofi's trying to take that. He wanted to take down the government. Like he wanted to burn all the Celestials because he wasn't.
Luffy's not gonna.
His goals aren't aligned per se, but
he's not gonna team up with Luffy. Like,
was Crocodile gonna team up with
Yo, did you think of somebody or not, bro?
I can't think of any.
What about you, Natago? What did you think?
So I actually thought it too. Obviously, I want my boy Katakuri to come in and help out, but I don't think that he would be on Luffy's side per se. I feel like maybe they would just kind of team up for it. But my number one would honestly be like Rayleigh and Shaki. I really want to see what she can do, considering that she was supposed to be an infamous pirate too. And I think that if Rayleigh died in the final battle, kind of giving like the new generation like inspiration to push forward and like do what he couldn't as part of Roger's crew, I think that it would be really like symbolic and good for the story, to be honest.
She got like the throat, no me.
Come on, man. Come
Just
on.
eat it.
What's good with you and killing all the old heads, man? All right, you're one of series, you kill Garp. Now you're killing Rayleigh. What's wrong with you?
Yo, because the old generation just was stagnant. They did as soon as Roger died, everyone just did kind of nothing. Like even Garp, he never went and was like, "Oh, I'll become an admiral to try and change things." No, he just sat there. And then like same with Rayleigh, he just kind of found his girl and it just sits at Sabo and literally turns himself into a slave just to steal money from the goons. Like it always seemed like they kind of did nothing after Roger was gone. Like he inspired all these people in the new generations, but the old generations just kind of sat.
Damn.
I mean, he's spitting, but like,
no, but the thing is, Garp.
So what?
But Garp had his reason. Now, Garp had a reason why he didn't want to be an admiral, though, and that's like he can't change something if he's going to be directly under the the Celestial Dragons. I can't say it. So like that's why like
He could have just took the Gorosei out, bro.
I mean, that's a lot.
who Garp or
You can't just take the Gorosei out, bro.
Whatever.
You can't
Yeah,
just
that's-
take her out.
But
guess
but
you
the thing is, like Garp could have easily worked his way up to Fleet Admiral and gathered support underneath him under the Marines. And I mean, like, we don't know if he actually founded Sword. He could be a part of that.
Start a coup.
But I mean, if I was him, you know, at least if you were able to gather support, you know, get people and stuff like that, you could eventually overthrow the government. And like, we know he hates the Celestial Dragons. Like, we know all of that. And honestly, if he would have, you know, helped and been like, hey, you know, Dragon, you're my son, and you want us to overthrow the government too. If you have the Revolutionary Army and all the Marines overthrow the world government, they could have easily done that. But he literally just sat there as a vice admiral and was like, oh yeah, justice and whatnot. But he never did anything to actually prove it.
You can call it easy all you want. That takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
What you just
You know
said.
what Garp is? He had that weak ass Itachi mindset.
Oh my God. Itachi, Garp's not Itachi.
He the Itachi.
He's
of the
not
series,
Itachi, bro.
So
Stop
we don't know,
it.
but the thing is, we don't,
Willing to let
Yo,
Oh
he's
my
grandson's
God.
died,
he's worse than Itachi.
He's worse than
He's the
Itachi?
third Hokage.
Oh my God. Stop
He
it.
literally just sat near the top of the ladder
Listen.
and literally just let Sasuke know, like, hey, you know, shit's fucked up, but it's all right. Just be good.
Listen, it's all I want to say is he could have feasibly, I suppose, tried to do what you're saying. It's harder to do what you're saying that he should have done by. It's harder to do what you're saying he should have done than become a Pirate King, probably. I'm not even playing with you. It's harder to do that. Become this figure that everybody just goes, yeah, I'm gonna betray everything I've ever known in my life, and just rally behind Garp.
This is why Sebastian doesn't have Conquerors.
It's not. No, I'm saying. I understand Garp going, yo, I'm not doing all that. Plus, I still believe in this cause on some level. Like, if he was outwardly defiant, he's just like, yo, F the Celestial Dragon. He still hates pirates. He still doesn't believe in all the negativity that happens. And the Marines are supposed to be these beacons of hope. He's trying to be that. Yeah, like, yo, he needed to figure it out and just overthrow the whole thing. Like, what?
yeah, because honestly, going with Sebastian, we didn't even
Roger
know.
would have did it.
We don't know.
Rox would have did
listen, we don't know Garp's
tried,
justice.
baby.
You get me? Like, we got the Admirals, but we don't even know Garp's justice. So we don't even know his views on the Marines or the world government. We just know that he doesn't like the Celestial Dragon.
We know
But
enough
we don't know
that
about.
he ain't willing to change things.
Oh my gosh,
Aight.
y'all terrible.
Aight.
Lay off the old heads. Taku.
Anyway, Nerdtaku, thank you so much
No,
for calling,
no,
bro.
but like seriously, like he just didn't do anything. Like if he believes in justice and he wanted his sons to be a part of that, and then decided, hey, it doesn't matter. I won't make a better world for them. I'll just let it be crappy while they're still here, and then who knows? Someone will come along and fix it, right?
Taku, you better be running for office, bro. I better see some flyers, bro.
But you're just
something.
forgetting how old Garp is, though. Like, when Roger
Nah,
died.
man, don't talk about that, bro. He had enough time.
No, he didn't.
Anyway, we gotta get to our next call.
Taku.
Nerdtaku, thank you
All
so
right.
much for the fire questions, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
All right, talk to you later.
Man.
All right, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Taku
Yeah,
always
bye.
bringing that heat, bro. Oh man. Huh? Are we having another call?
Oh, is Nerd still on the line? Yeah. Oh man, that was a good one. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Is it me? Oh, you got a back connection.
Gotta drop him then, bro.
Oh, he
Sorry,
dropped.
man.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Next caller. Next one. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, yo, block Nerdtaku for me.
I knew it was gonna be
You'll block that man. It's getting disrespectful.
How he doing it, yo? How he doing it, bro? It's wild, man. It's wild, crazy.
What's up, Aaron? How are you, bro?
What's up?
What's going on with y'all? So my question today is, do you think the series would benefit from the movies being canon? And if so, which character from the movies would you like to see introduced into the series?
Oh man,
Yeah.
I've said this. I think in Par's stream. I think that every movie that comes out for One Piece should always be from the past, like or moments before wherever we are in the manga and anime. So, like for instance, I always bring this up. We should have a Marine movie with Aokiji and Akainu running for Fleet Admiral, and the after effects of everything that happened after the Paramount War. And I feel like if we have movies like that consistently from certain moments in the series, I think that we would never be spoiled, but overall we would be super satisfied because it would bring more lore to the One Piece world, and it would just make things just so much better. So I don't think it should necessarily be centered around one character, but it should be centered around all the characters and not just Luffy. Like, you can leave the Straw Hats out, like out of a movie, and everybody would still go to watch it.
I feel like you didn't answer his question.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right.
But what character would you like to see introduced now? Like,
What's that?
What do you mean?
You have to take
like
a
out of the
character from
movies
the
that
movie.
we've gotten now, what character would you like to see
Oh.
become canon and introduced?
Damn, I didn't answer your question at all.
I'm telling you that.
Shiki. I think
Shiki's canon though.
Yeah.
He's been canonized.
Yo,
already.
but his movie is just not canon.
Yeah.
So I think
Has Shiki been introduced though, or just named in the series?
he's been named.
Like-
I
He's
don't think
been named and shown to go against Roger and also Garp and Sengoku.
If you canonize
Yeah.
Chapter 0, which I think you have to,
Yeah.
he's been introduced and canonized.
Yeah.
But even just in
Gotcha.
the regular series, they name dropped him as part of a Rocks member.
But also, yeah.
I would
Right.
say
He's
the only movie you could actually put into the canon and it would not
Z.
and it wouldn't affect anything is Z. As far as what character I would want to be entered into the series, Bullet, because I feel like he could fit the role of the Burn Man
Yeah.
specifically. So if it's something that for the future, Bullet, best option Z, probably best character overall would probably be Shiki.
Yeah.
But
Shiki deserves that spot. What about you, Lai?
Honestly, I'm being greedy. I would say all of them because I like for instance, Go Chorizo had like an awesome backstory and like and how he came up. I thought it would be pretty good. If they made honestly again, I always thought the movie should be canon in general. Cause like
I'm gonna be real with you, Lionel. If Gold existed in the way that he does, the Marines would just capture that dude and just mass produce Gold.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Because they would have done that with Wapple.
yeah,
He with them, you feel me? Like
No,
he's
he's not.
he's with them.
but he has his
he's
own
not.
kingdom.
He has his own kingdom.
Because they can control him using that. You know what I mean?
I mean, he just doesn't. I mean, no.
He's not. Gold was doing he was his own enterprise. Who
Are you
gave
talking about
the
Guild
Marines
Zora?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't call him Guild. I always call him Gold. I don't know why.
But with Larry's thing though, I would like what Larry said. Besides the characters being canon, I would thought it would be awesome if they just did a Ryuma movie. Like, where Ryuma went
Hell
through
yeah.
and pretty much shining light
Show
on
us
what
that.
happened like 800 years ago.
Y'all
during
just
Pearl-
not answering this man's question.
I didn't.
We make his question better.
I answered
We made the
first
question better.
I answered the first question, all right, then I gave in to what Larry said, all right? Because I'm all with that.
Oh man.
What about you, Aaron?
So yeah, I think the movies would benefit from, or the series would benefit from the movies being canon. I do like the example you brought up, Larry, about having gotten a movie about, Akainu and Aokiji going for Fleet Admiral. That way, like when we got that moment where Jinbei was explaining what happened after the Paramount War, people who follow the series can already know, well, yeah, we don't have to speculate what happened. We don't have to speculate how Akainu won. We don't have to speculate what happened between the Blackbeard pirates and the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates. You know, we could see, well, did Blackbeard do some shady stuff, or was he actually that strong? You know what I mean? So yeah, I do think and then it also gives an opportunity, like you said, to introduce characters like Bullet, like what's his face, Z or Zephyr, because these are characters whose stories you've intertwined so much with the main characters of the series. Like Zephyr, it was responsible for training 90% of the Marines. Bullet was a part of the Roger Pirates, so it makes sense to be able to introduce these people into the series, being that they have such strong connection to major characters of the story. So I think the movies would benefit the series a hell of a lot more if they were actually canon and if these characters were canon, so that they can be introduced into the story. Because like right now, what we're getting with Uta, even though the movie with Uta isn't canon, she's a canon character. And I don't know, you guys don't watch anime, but the flashback that they're doing in the anime right now actually shows how Uta was introduced in the story, like as far as her meeting Luffy, her sailing with the red-haired pirates and things like that. And I think that makes sense for the story and for the characters. So I think they could do that with everybody, like all of the main characters, that they make such an integral part of these other characters that we love so much. Yeah, I know I rambled on, but
it's true.
I think it's a testament to Oda creating these fun and interesting characters that can fit seamlessly into the story. But like the movies themselves, the way they're structured, they're not able to be canon. Like how does
I just don't get it. Like
how does Stampede happen?
Like,
you know what I mean?
Toei, for example, right, has a history of making movies that are not canon in a universe. And, like, they normally don't perform well. They just get those out there just to have, like, content to make money from. But it's like, when you talk about longevity and you make quality type of movies, those movies are always going to be bought and watched later in time. How many people have watched the Dragon Ball Z Broly movie? Like, I'm talking about the first one that came out compared to, like, the rest. Like, they came out with, like, 11 movies. And they came out with, like, 2 movies per year.
That Android, was it Android 19? That was dope. I like that one.
But it's like...
Was it 13? Yeah. It was,
so it's
like...
You, so there's 2 movies out of, like, the 11.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, like, you hit twice out of the 11. Like, you should look back at history and be like, okay, these weren't, like, great ways to make these movies. We're currently in the process of selling OnePiece, which is, the second best comic sold around the world internationally. Like, why don't we build something now that can last for ages? That way we keep getting revenue from it. Because that's how revenue is usually built, right? Passively, is that you build something that's worth a lifetime. Like, and we don't get that. We just get they're worth the moment. And it's like, you got to step up your game.
Yeah.
I mean,
it would also help because, like, if people that are just starting the series, they would be forced to have to watch these movies or go back to these movies in order to keep up with events that's happening in the series. So that would be another way to continue to generate money and, awareness or attention to the movies as well, if that makes sense. So.
Yeah, and especially if you see, like, they're doing, like, little tests now, right, by throwing movies into, like, the West and seeing how they perform. And, like, Dragon Ball Superhero was terrible of a movie.
Did it come out?
Yeah, it came out. But it was successful because people just love Dragon Ball, but it could have been even more successful. So it's like they're still testing the waters for these things. But as if you make quality, no matter what, people are going to come. And then sometimes those movies can become like classics later on. So they could become like an entity of their own. The best anime movies to do that was like Akira, which is still to this day considered one of the best quality films of all time for animation. And it was built like 1989. And then the other movie, Neon Genesis Evangelion, The End, which is still culturally like a phenomenon to people who go back to watch the series to figure out like what's actually happening, because it was such like a quality movie that you can just rewatch that like 3-4 times. Like, people are gonna buy it later on in life and be like, yo, this is like the craziest thing I've ever seen. If One Piece, I feel like can get to that level, because there's so much lore and so much history and so much interest in like the way Oda has built the world to say like, yo, you can talk about this for like ever. And you can even make people speculate even more about things. But you give us what you already storyboarded. You're giving us like that quality. Like, what if people like saw what, like heard what Jinbei said at Fishman Island and they were like, yo, I want to watch that. They go to watch the movie and they're blown away and then they come back to the anime. How much of a fan are they? How much of a fan are they now of One Piece? It's like a lot. Because I just saw one of the craziest moments of all time. And it filled in those blanks that I was kind of like missing.
Yeah.
I didn't even need the straw.
So I got a question. Do you think the series Oda has hurt the series by adding too much lore?
No, absolutely not.
I wouldn't say that. I think. See, it's like a yes and a no, but it's not a bad yes. You know what I'm saying? Like the yes is just because we're greedy and like we just want him to like give us everything he has in his mind. It's more like, damn, I wish I saw that.
Yeah.
Because he created such importance on that event. Like that was an important event in the series, which led to where we are now with Akainu doing what he does. And it's like, if that event never happened, we don't get to this point. So that's a very important event that I probably wanted to digest.
I mean, I do say certain things. Like, I brought up the Sebastian. Like, certain things, it's good for just lore because, like, I don't fully remember the Naruto with what's his name? Hashirama and Madara fight. And I said, like, certain fights, you can leave it to your imagination. And you're just like, yo, and it's best that way. Because sometimes when you make that fight or whatever that lore come to reality, it's like we expected better and more. Then it ruined that lore for us. Because, like, we live to our imaginations and we think we don't know what to expect. But when we actually see it, it's not as good as we imagine. It's just like it ruins it for us. So, like, certain things I want explained, but certain things it might be best if you don't show us because it might ruin that for us.
I mean, that just depends on, like, who you are as a person.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm willing to, like, take that chance to see that and give the opportunity for them to, like, impress me or
disappoint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I would want to see that. Like, I wanted to see the Hashirama versus Madara fight. Like, they were hyped up forever. And they were calling this dude the god of shinobi. Like, I got to see this dude.
Yeah.
So that's just me. But
yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, that was a great question, though. Yeah. That got me to rant.
But thank you so much for calling always, Aaron, man. You got to step your game up, though, bro.
Like I said, man, y'all got to block Nerdtaku. He figured out my secret or something.
Oh, man.
All right, Aaron.
But thanks a lot, guys. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, you too, man.
You too.
We do have
let's do the super
two
chats.
more super chats. $5 from Baldy Cornell. Thanks again for donating again. It says, what will it take to get a show every day or at least 5 days out of the week from you guys? Listen, we've already talked about $1,000 super chat episodes. That would need to be super consistent for us to do that.
I'll answer it as truthfully as possible. 1, Marv does not have the availability nor the package for that to happen. And I'm not talking about his package. I'm talking about the studio's package. 2, the amount of money we would have to give Marv is not enough to support the show for that many days. We would actually have to buy equipment ourselves and rent out either a room or just have a room ready where we could do something like that. So that's the real answer, and you're always going to get the real shit. So, yeah.
$1,000 episodes. No. But thank you so much, Corey. I think that was like your 3rd or 4th super chat. So thank you so much.
That's so much.
And speaking of somebody who's super chatting a lot, StrawHat Nelson with another $5 super chat. It says, do you think at the StrawHats' current power level, do you think they could survive an all-out Buster Call?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Luffy can solo a Buster Call right now. Yeah. Do you mean like instead of Vice Admirals, they're Admirals or something? Like, there's no way you could think it's Vice Admirals.
But Buster Call is Vice Admirals, not Admirals.
He said all out, though.
All out.
So I'm thinking he's saying, like, the max the Marines could throw at them kind of thing. Because I don't think they could survive that, technically. If that's what he's saying.
Listen.
But a Buster Call? No.
Frankie's shooting laser beams at ease, bro. He's taking out battleships just going like that.
We just saw what Crocodile was doing, taking out many ships down like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Bro. If we're talking all out, basically, I don't want to dive too deep into it. But
like Nami has Zeus, dog.
Yeah.
Could they survive Marineford?
And Brook could just run on water.
I think that's what the question is.
Brook could run on water.
I think that's what the question is. If they threw everything at Marineford at them, would the Strawhats survive? Fleet Admiral, all 3 admirals.
No.
That's what I'm saying. He said all out.
But he said Buster Call though.
But
Buster
he's
Call
saying
The Buster Call is your
out.
limit, bro. Can you chill out?
Yeah.
I'm trying to give him the credit.
Bro?
I'm trying to give him the credit because otherwise the question is ridiculous.
All right. Anyway, listen up, guys. This is the end of the show. I just want to say thank you for joining us on this fantastic episode, episode 63. If you could please like the video. It's much appreciated. If you haven't said anything in the comments just yet, comment on the video after it's done streaming. Let us know your thoughts. And I just want to say thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the kindness that you show. No thank you for the Buggy chants. And I'm just really happy that everybody continuously enjoys the show and enjoys us overall. So thank you. One Piece will be on a break next week. So we're going to have 2 hours to just mess around and do some fun stuff. We'll have a longer call as well. That way Nerdtaku and Aaron don't come with the fire questions and takes up all the time. All right. So anyway, my name is Larry.
Lino.
Sam.
And this is That One Piece Talk. Jana.
SGG, you were late.